everyone, this is Dream from Where the Yokels Grow, and in this video is part 2 of our first garden tour of 2022, the good, the bad, and oh so ugly. So let's get to it, let's get growing.
We've made it to the front of the house. I'll go over here and flip around. The sun is very, very bright today. This front garden here is not really much more than an edible shade garden. Mostly flowers and perennials that come back every year. There are some various herbs. There's also 2 apple trees that we planted last year. We chose this location because, though it looks like it's shaded because of that giant 300-year-old tree right there, the truth is the sun comes around the front and it's really sunny. A lot of the containers that you see around are usually planted up either with flowers, herbs, or actual vegetable plants. And then as we spin around, this little beauty right here is Green Stalk's 7-tier leaf growing system. Last year was my first year to have this one, and you know, when you get something new, you never know how it's going to work. But I can honestly tell you can see how small those cells are. Let me get a little close. So for those of you who are looking for a vertical growing system and you think, oh my gosh, I can't grow anything in there, I grew lots of peppers in there, green beans, cucumbers, flowers, lettuce, spinach. I think that's about it. And then we got various pots sitting around here, and these pots will also either be flowers or a mix of herbs and vegetables. I'll walk around the van here. We're going to come around to the front gardens, and again, it's ugly. All the gardens are ugly right now, but I promise you, give it time and they'll be beautiful. Just like the gardens in the back, the leaves are left to feed the soil below it because this is a perennial flower and herb garden, and there are some perennial vegetables in there. We have asparagus that grows in here as well. This is our pots. Now, we usually grow in these pots container green beans, peas, some vegetables, not a lot, mostly green beans and peas and herbs. And as you can see in front here, sorry, it's very bright out here, guys. The sun's behind me, but it's still bright, is decaying pumpkins and gourds from the fall. As we turn around and we begin to walk, you can see 2 beds that are in the front. Now, this is not going to be their final destination, but this is just where they're sitting right now. But these 2 beds are going to be used for growing corn. Now, I've tried to grow corn in the past, but I never gave it enough room, so this year I decided to designate 2 raised beds. These particular raised beds I got on Amazon, and I want to say I paid under $50 each for them. It was a really good deal, and I will link those in the description box below. And as we pan around, this particular garden box and the next 4 garden boxes that you see are the original 5 raised beds that we created 2 years ago. We used to have an in-ground garden here, but as time has gone on and I've gotten older and I have a bad back, bending over was just really not an option for me. So my husband created these raised beds, and just like the beds in the back, we do a chop and drop compost so that we can continue to feed the soil that's in our raised beds. Once we do the chop and drop, over the top of that, we will also put, I use cow manure, organic cow manure and compost mix, and an organic mushroom compost mix, and we'll mix those together, and that'll be a layer on top. And then on top of that layer will be a layer of the Oceans of Maine's tomato and vegetable garden mix. And then as we move back just a little bit, these are the 2 brand new raised beds that my husband just made, and they are 8 foot by 3 foot, and as you can see, we're going to have a lot of extra growing space. This bed is almost complete. I ran out of soil. I had to wait for it to come in, that I ordered off eBay, so it's finally here, and I'll finish that off. This bed will have carrots and onions in it. The two beds that you see back here with the poles will actually have tomatoes, but the one that's right here, you see the pole going over, will move to this bed right here, so that we can alternate our crops. And then this bed is not done being set up because I want to film it being set up so I can teach you how to create a raised bed. You can see the soil, well, you can see the compost that are going in there. The soil's not, it's in the backyard. This raised bed right here has our garlic in it that we planted last year, and just like the garlic in the back, we covered it up. This is what it looks like after it came uncovered. Everything I read says it's going to be okay, not to worry about. This is our oldest bed that we have here at our house. It's been here about 18 years. I've been gardening for about 20 years, maybe 20 plus years of my own life, and then before that with my mom, who was a rancher and a gardener, and then my grandfather, who was a farmer all of his life. I grew up in Kansas. Even though I'm from California, I grew up in Kansas. We moved there when I was like 8 years old. That's a whole nother story. Back to the garden bed, huh? So anyways, this is our oldest garden bed. This garden bed was specifically created for beneficial bugs, particularly butterflies. I absolutely love butterflies. So in this garden, it only has flowers and herbs that are beneficial to beneficial bees, butterflies, and any other kind of little flying bug that's going to go around and pollinate my garden. But why it is so sentimental and why I haven't taken it out yet, for about the last 15 years, there is a rue plant that's back there at the back. And that rue plant has been home to giant swallowtails and Texas swallowtails. And then we have another one, I don't remember its name, it's the blue and black one, that have grown up here. They return here. They lay their eggs here, and so that rue has been here since this bed has been here. Over the years, we've added echinacea, we've added cosmos, milkweed, various herbs and annual flowers that come and go every year. But last year was our first year to have the Texas butterfly. I actually think it's a moth. It's a smaller butterfly. It's brown and orange with white spots on it. And then the newest butterfly that we got last year was a monarch butterfly. We put in milkweed. They sent out a message to gardeners, could you please put milkweed in your gardens, due to the fact that monarchs are on the endangered list. They're trying to get us to use seeds that they give us to increase the population of monarchs. And so last year we put in milkweed. It was our first year to do so. And we did native milkweed to Texas. There are a lot of milkweeds, and you can use any milkweed. Some people would argue with that, but I have the tropical one and I have a native one, but more native than I do tropical, and they loved both. But they came through and we saw them. I'll see if I can find some of the pictures and the videos I have of them to try and link into this video. But not only did they fly through, they actually laid their eggs, and about, I want to say mid-September, mid to end of September, we started having caterpillars. We had monarch caterpillars who would later cocoon and then become monarchs and fly off. And it's one of those accomplishments. I know it seems stupid to be just proud of a bug that landed in your garden, laid its eggs, and then had caterpillars and then cocooned and flew off. But a healthy ecosystem is what we strive for here. And the fact that they felt comfortable enough on their first fly through to do that is a great accomplishment for me as a gardener, and I was just thrilled to have them.
Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out with me today in our first garden tour of 2022, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you found value in this video today, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to see future videos, please subscribe and hit that notification button so you can see future videos of the tours that go on within our gardens when it becomes beautiful. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do that below. Or if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And don't forget to check out the videos at the end of this one. Take care. Bye-bye.